Do you compare yourself with others and feel that you come up short and that you're not as good as other people? Because that's what I want to talk about in this video. Theodore Roosevelt said, and I'm going to read this: comparison is the thief of joy. There is always going to be someone better or worse than you. So it's not worth thinking about. And yet we do, don't we? And a lot of that has come in recent years because of social media. We look at social media and we see other people, some of whom we've never met before in real life, but we see them online, and we compare ourselves with them, and we make ourselves feel bad because we're not doing what they're doing. But the problem is, all of us compare our worst self against other people's best. Because particularly on social media, when people post on there, they're always posting the best side of themselves. After all, why would you want to put yourselves down on social media? And the problem is, we look at them and we think to ourselves, my God, they're doing this and they're doing that. I wish I could do this. I wish I was able to do that. But I'm not as good as them. They must be this and they must be that. We've all done it. And it's a wrong thing to do, you know. It sabotages your own peace of mind and your own progress. Because what happens, we look at these other people and we think to ourselves, oh, we should try and do that. And you can end up making choices that you wouldn't have made because of what you've seen somebody else doing. And it's not sustainable, and you won't feel better off because of it in the long run. I can remember somebody saying a long time ago, I heard them talking about the careers they were on, and when they got to the top of it, they realised that they weren't where they wanted to be. They realised that their ladder was leaning against the wrong building. And many of us do that. But isn't that what happens to a lot of us? We see people doing these things and we see people achieving different things and we go for that. And it's not because it's what we want. It's because what we expect we should be doing. And that's not a good thing. But the thing is, you say, we all beat ourselves up. We do it all the time. We all have this kind of inferiority complex, if you want, that we look around us and see people getting on more in life than we have. And we start to beat ourselves up and tell ourselves that we're not very good, that we've wasted our life trying to do things, but we're not clever enough to do it. And it's not just something, you know, the younger people do. People my age do it as well. People my age are still doing it. Maybe, and I've talked about this a lot recently, you've spent your life doing stuff that you think is popular because other people are doing it, and so you feel that you should too. Doing things that are admired. So you try doing something because we all want everybody to like us, let's be fair. And so we try to do things that are admired by other people in the hope that that will rub off on us. And of course, we all do things that are expected of us. My dad, when I was a young boy, we had our amusement arcade. My dad expected me to follow in his footsteps. If perhaps your grandfather was in the military and your father was as well, you would expect that you would follow along. But that's not the way it should be. I think a lot of us don't ask ourselves what we actually want from life. We listen to the world around us and all the people that love us and our friends and all that sort of thing. And we make our decisions judged by what they think and what your careers advisor said at school. And that's wrong. So what can you do about it? That's the thing. Well, I think an important one is to stop comparing yourself with other people. Maybe it's about time you actually compared yourself with yourself in a past life. If you think back years, I've talked about this before, if you think back years and you've gone through things which at the time felt like the end of the world, you've had problems foisted upon yourself, sometimes by your own doing, where you get yourself into a position that you just don't think you can get out of. But you know what? You did. And you've come to where you are now. You may have made mistakes along the way. You may have done things that ended up causing you all sorts of problems. Maybe it was the right thing to do at the wrong time. Maybe you needed to get the experience of life that you didn't have at the time, because we're an ongoing, evolving species. We change. I'm not the same person I was 10 years ago. I don't think I'm the same person I was 10 months ago, and I think you're the same too. We don't start out in our lives and go for things and think to yourselves, how can we cock this up? How can we ruin it? When you make a decision, whatever stage of life you're in, you do it in the hope that you're going to better yourself. Sometimes, though, we just haven't learned what we needed to know in order to do that. And so we make mistakes. And when you do that, that's when you start to beat yourself up. And you talk to yourself and you tell yourself, I'm not good enough and I'm useless and I make these mistakes and when will I ever learn? But we ongoingly learn. The mistakes you made 20 years ago, you've learned from and moved on from. The obstacles that have been in your way from then till now, you've overcome every single one of them. But instead of that, we compare ourselves with other people and we look at other people as though they're better than us when indeed they're not, which is blatantly not the truth. I'm no better than you. You're no better than me. So you've got to stop comparing yourself with other people and compare yourself with how far you've come along this road of life to where you are now. You've learned so much. If you're 40 and you make mistakes at 20, there's 20 years of extra learning there. That's half of your life up to that stage. Compare yourself with who you were. Forget everybody else. That isn't going to help you. And be grateful for the things that you have, the things that in your life you've got. I'm not talking about possessions and all that sort of stuff. I'm talking about your strengths, your abilities. And the problem is, when you spend your time comparing yourself with somebody else, you don't take enough notice of the things that you've picked up along the way. You're unique. Your experience of life is different to everybody else's. And along the way, you've picked up skills, you've picked up the ability to do certain things that I haven't. And I'll have done things that you haven't, which makes it pointless comparing yourself with me and me with you. Just think about the things that you've got to be grateful for. Stop thinking about the things you perceive you're missing. Stop thinking about other people and what they've got that you haven't. It can't help you. It won't help you. But there is one thing you can do if you're envious of other people and if you look at how they're getting on and you think you're not up into their realm, if you like. If you're going to do that, ask yourself a question. What traits do they have that you don't? Are they more outgoing than you? Have they gone to university and learned something that you didn't? Have they gone to continued education and learned other things that you haven't? Because if they have, you can do something about that. You can pick up on those traits that other people have got that you admire. Take a good look at them and decide what the traits are that they have that you feel you're missing. Then go out and do it. Go out and learn them, because everything is learnable. You're a lot better than you think you are. You're a lot more resilient than you think you are. You have more abilities than you think you have, mainly because none of us think about the abilities that we've got. We just take them for granted. We should be as proud of any ability that we have as you could be. Have you actually thought about what you want out of your life? It doesn't matter. I'm 66 in a couple of weeks, and I'm still thinking about what I want out of life. That doesn't stop. And you're never too old. You can still do things that you want to try. All we have to do, is change some things about ourselves. Just change a few things. Remember that you're capable. Remember that they're no better than you. Nobody's better than you are. We're all the same, We're all as good as each other. We just have to believe that. Look at yourself. Look inward. Take a look at the things that you've achieved. Stop beating yourself up with it. Don't use other people's show reel on social media to make you feel that you're worse than them. Don't let that be the stick to beat you with. You have what it takes. You're better than you think you are. If there's things you need to learn, you can still learn them. If there's things that you want to do in this life, Just make a plan. Do one thing at a time. If you don't like your life, change it. One step at a time. What can you do today that will make your life just a little bit better than it was yesterday? And then tomorrow, what can you do then that'll make your life a little bit better than it was today? Don't compare yourself with anyone else. Don't waste that time, and appreciate just how good you actually are, because not that many of us do it, you know. Click up there if you'd like to see a playlist of other types of videos that I think can help you if you want to move on. I will see you next time.